Well, it's Wednesday the 19th. One of these days. It's like 40 degrees, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, after the 3-day ordeal of my kid's engine, I got this to deal with. So, yeah, I'll start with that, and then I can roll this thing forward and get back to the sheet metal repairs. Alright, well, I'm back at this business here, and yeah, first thing I'd like to say is thanks for all the comments and stuff. I don't know if I'm in the picture, I think I am. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for comments and suggestions and stuff. I read them all and I appreciate all of them. This is actually a suggestion from Muskie1, a little bit modified, but he said when he had to pull panels, he'd weld a washer, big washer to it, and pull off of the washer with a puller or a port power, whatever he's got. I don't have that stuff, but rather than use a washer here on this, this structure here, I got to pull pretty hard. I was afraid I'd just pull it out or warp my metal real bad. So what I did is I just welded an old piece of strap here all the way across. It's tacked out here on the outside end on the corner on my patch, and then it's tacked in here, of course, on my other patch. And it's got a little hole in the end there. I'll be able to hopefully pull this whole thing over. I got to move it over that direction about nearly a 1/4 inch. Well, what I've done is I've taken measurements off this engine lid here, and it's the same dimension top and bottom. So I took a measurement across the top of my engine compartment where it's factory, and across the bottom. And in fact, I got to go just about a 1/4 inch, maybe a tiny bit more. I guess we can see what I've done here. A little piece of wire across to a little turnbuckle. Okay, I guess you can see I got a bunch of rags and stuff tied around that piece of wire. The method of that madness is it's starting to sound like a piano string on the high end of the scale, and if it breaks, I just kind of want something there to grab it as it goes so it doesn't get me. I got goggles on and etc. But that's just to deaden the blow if it breaks. But it's getting pretty tight. I'm within an 1/8 inch now, so we'll see if I can get it sucked over there. And then this wire I use is off this old roll I've had for many years, and you see how nice and shiny it is. That's electric field fence wire, and it's like a little over a 1/4 mile or something, and it was cheap at the farm store. So that's what I use for, quote, mechanics wire. It's galvanized, and I can use it for stuff and leave it outside and it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, a piece of wire across through my little spot and across into the turnbuckle. I'll see if I can pull this thing over the needed amount. Well, it turns out the tensile strength of this stuff wasn't cutting it. Managed to snap it. So, we'll go for this business. A little comparison. And we'll see if it'll do it. Anyway, so that's where I'm at now. Well, I used that bigger wire, and I ended up using a couple of turnbuckles there. But yeah, it's stretched pretty tight now, and I'm within like a 32nd of an inch. Yeah, in the process of all this, though, this thing here is tightened up considerably, so I don't know. I may take the blue wrench and warm some spots up on this guy and see if it'll stretch stuff so there isn't quite so much tension on this. I don't know if I tack this back down here, if it's going to stay, or if it's just going to pull the skin back over and bend this shape here. So I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I don't need a whole bunch of heat for this, so about that area, I suppose. Anyway, what I found was heating this welded area, it grows. Pops outward with the heat, And if I let it heat and cool a few times, it doesn't seem to warp anything else. Everything else is staying about where it belongs, so if I kind of warm this area up. Anyway, I think a few cycles and I may be able to relax my turnbuckle business, and it may stay where I want it. So that's kind of where I'm at here. You can hear things creaking and groaning, but as that's happening, the thing is actually relaxing the turnbuckle here a little bit and kind of going into the shape I need it. So I'm going to do this a little bit and see how it works out. Alrighty then, well, it's still the 19th, and let's see if we can see. I guess we can kind of see what I've done there. I cut my weld out most of the way, and that relaxed this thing a whole bunch. And now I can basically just kind of more or less pull it on over into place by hand. So yeah, anyway, so I'm going to get this thing back where it belongs with no stress, and then I'm going to re-weld my seam. Once I pull it over there, this is a lot tighter up here. I actually cut it once, and then I went back and I actually have made this gap larger than one blade width. This is one blade width here. This is about double here. I just kind of tapered my gap. Anyway, that's going to probably raise this up eighth of an inch. But I think it's going to be fine, and now I don't have all that stress on this metal here, so I'll be able to go ahead and tack that back together, pull this around and up, and re-weld that. So that's where I'm at now. As usual, one step forward and a whole bunch of steps backwards, but I'm happier with it now. So it's getting dark. I think I can quit and feel alright about it for today. Come back to it tomorrow and see what's up. But anyway, so once again, thanks for watching.